Thank you, President. My question is to the Minister for Road Safety, Ms Pulford. As the Minister will remember, she advised me in this House on the 18th of June, following a spate of accidents on the Black Spur Road in Murrindindi, that Vic Roads had recently commenced an audit of safety and conditions there. Given there has since been multiple further accidents on the road, including, tragically, a death last Friday and another accident on Saturday, the need for action has sadly become even more urgent. I therefore ask the Minister if she could provide an update of the audit, including advice as to when the Black Spurs users can expect to see practical improvements to the road's usability and safety, and/or the development of a viable alternative route.
Minister.
Thank you, President, and I thank Ms Maxwell for her question on this important matter on what is, I think, undeniably one of the most dangerous stretches of our road network. And I take the opportunity, and I'm sure Ms Maxwell would too, to express our deep condolences to Angie Suriati's family. That accident last week and the circumstances of it were just horrific, and we can only imagine what her family is going through. This is, as Ms Maxwell rightly points out, a stretch of road with many hazards. It is an incredibly beautiful stretch of road. It's a very popular touring route. One of our regional road safety community forums was in Marysville about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and one of the issues that was frequently raised with me on that evening was visitors, caravans pulling drivers carrying heavy loads like caravans, and a lot of people using that road that are not familiar with that road. Of course, others using the road that are very familiar with that road. It's a very popular touring route for motorcyclists as well. Over the 5-year period to the 12th of August, whilst there have not been other fatalities, there have been 19 serious injuries and 31 other injury crashes along the Black Spur section of the Maroondah Highway, and so it is an area needing some attention. In terms of Ms Maxwell's interest in when this road safety audit will be concluded, it was intended to be concluded by the end of the year. I've now asked my department to hasten this work, and it will now be expedited for completion by September at the latest. And I know that the community are very interested in the outcomes of that. And I'm also in a position to update the House today of a further $2.286 million of works that are soon to be undertaken: curve warning signage, additional protection for road safety barrier posts and terminals, and improved guideposts and line markings. Whilst those improvements no doubt will help, we still have, I think, a very difficult stretch of road to be dealing with, and I'm certainly looking forward to seeing the results of that safety audit and the recommendations that come from it.
Ms Maxwell on a supplementary.
Thank you, President. Just as I alluded to in the first question, Minister, I'm just wondering whether there has been any consideration given to a viable alternative route.
Minister.
Thank you, President. I thank Ms Maxwell for her further question. I am aware of a local proposal about an alternative route. I'm not yet in a position to be able to give the House a definitive sense of how viable that is or what might be involved. But one of the challenges for this community is that they have but one way in and one way out, with the exception of a route that is a very, very long detour. So I know that the Murrindindi Shire Council have raised with me informally the idea of an alternative. I'm not, as I said, in a position to update the House on how practical or feasible that is, and to the best of my knowledge there's not been advanced or detailed consideration of that, but I think that we need to keep an open mind about what is the best way to keep this community safe, to keep this beautiful iconic touring route safe, but also to serve its purpose as an effective way for people to get from A to B.